She's the one that got away. Ladies, you know that feeling when you're like up in bed till 3 a.m. obsessing over a home on Zillow and mentally planning where all of your furniture is gonna go and what you're gonna use each room for and how your kids are gonna grow up there? Is that girlhood? But like I'm supposed to not just stare at homes on Zillow and plan my life? I was talking to a coworker who's trying to buy his first home. Shout out Brandon, he's not watching. And he brought up an issue that he witnessed in a home that reminded me of the very first home that Andy and I toured when we were starting our home buying journey. When I say, you know, what's Delulu, that's the trend, right? I was gaslighting myself to the moon and back over this home. I thought this was it. I thought this was dream home, like not even starter home. I thought like my whole life. I was planning birthday parties. I was planning Easters. I thought this home was it. So today I'm gonna give you that story time because, oh my God, the mistakes that could and would have been made. We would have been ruined financially. We would have been ruined medically, probably. But was I like maybe being like possessed or haunted a little bit into being so obsessed over this home? Maybe, because when I tell you I was genuinely in bed late at night staring at the pictures of this home on Zillow, and when we finally got to tour it, the way I was just ignoring all the red flags. Red flags who? Sinkhole maybe in the floor who? Ooh, spoiler. I'll reveal at the end what the problem with this home really was, because spoiler alert, there were some massive problems, but if you're like paying attention, you'll realize what it is. It's not actually the sinkhole. That was kind of a joke. Let's just get into it. Let's just start. So for some background, what made this the dream home? Why was I so fixated on this one property? Well, first of all, it's a national folk home from 1825. Hello. All I've ever wanted is a creepy old farmhouse. That's the dream home. A little old farmhouse. And that's what this is. It's a little old farmhouse. It still has the charm, it still has the character. Also, it's on the canal outside of Phoenixville. So location, we're hitting location. We're hitting kayaks. We're hitting outdoor activities. We're hitting, maybe I'll start riding a bike again. It was down the street from a little bar and eatery on the canal. The way I was memorizing this bar's menu as if every Friday at 6 p.m., laptop, slam, shut, I'm out the door, I'm out this bar. Like, I was already emotionally, mentally a regular at this bar. It's a starter home price. This home was listed, again, red flags who, for only $299 or $300,000 or something like that. Hello? I'm outside of Philadelphia. Homes, decent, healthy homes. This kind of house isn't for sale anywhere else in the area for $300,000. But was I paying attention? No. So this is it. This is she, and isn't she just so stinking cute to this day? Maybe I'm still a little bit haunted. I'm still a little bit possessed because I am like, this is adorable. And knowing that someone did eventually buy this home, I'm both jealous and extremely nervous for them. But look how cute she is. And we arrived before our agent. So we were walking around the property. Look at this picture Andy took of me. You can see me actively dreaming out loud. I'm telling him where the play set's going. I'm looking at the huge backyard and wondering, ooh, what are the laws? Can I put a goat here? We were so cute out in that yard for a minute. And then we entered the home. And we did enter through the back. And we entered into this kitchen. And yes, I squeezed my little 5-foot body in between that treacherous sink and the weirdo cabinet. And I was like, I fit this so small, it's borderline dysfunctional kitchen, but I fit. Yeah, I was really standing there like, I could do dishes here. Our agent, gone, nowhere to be seen. She was like zipping through the house. She wasn't even walking with us. I think she was just sussing out the dangers before we got to them because she saw the stars in my eyes and was like, we need to get ahead of this before she purchases this property. So me and my mom and Andy were standing in this kitchen. Am I saying anything about the new flooring? No. Am I noticing the new flooring? Yeah, honestly I am. But we're putting that away. We're compartmentalizing that because I'm proving to everyone that I can function in this kitchen. My mom did love the little saloon doors and bless her heart for that. So here we have the dining room, not much to say other than, new carpeting. From the dining room, we enter this very green front room, front of the house, which again has new carpeting, question mark. And I would like to, at this point, call your attention to this honestly very masterful picture of the two front rooms blending into each other, because what you can't see is remember when I threw out the word sinkhole earlier? There's actually kind of like a dip in the floor, and this door frame is not sitting straight. This is not like a parallel, normal, fine door frame. It's like this, it's at an angle. The top is at an extreme angle. When I say this is a masterful picture, they did something, they had to cut it off. They could not show you a full straight on view of one room into the other, or you would be saying, oh, hello, foundation issues. But we were also there with my cousin Jason, who is a contractor, he flips homes, and he was like, honestly, it's a super old house. It could just be the way the home settled. We don't know for now if it's actually a major foundation issue. It could just be the way the home is now. So, you know, I was willing to look past it. If it's just the way the home's settled, if it's just naturally who she is now, you know, she's old, she's aging beautifully. So, actually one of my favorite, my favorite thing about this home is in this yellow room. Again, you only see the two really cute little windows, right? What they don't show you is that on the other side of this room, and I'm so thankful that Andy took this picture. And I'd love to know, because I think the answer is no. If this is a legal bathroom, was this permitted? I'm sure it wasn't. This is a bathroom. This is a bathroom under the stairs. It's a bathroom and a closet. There's no sink. It's also vacuum storage. Also, I like mimed sitting down to use the toilet, and again, I'm 5 feet tall. I have short little thigh bones. I either was about to touch the door because I tried to like close the door, or like I was touching the door. So look at this, look at this. And I'm standing there like, well, it's nice to have a toilet on the first floor. Like, girl, like, who is she? I don't know who I was when I was in this home. Look at this. Look at this haunted little toilet closet. So obviously it's under some butterfly stairs. We go upstairs, look at these floorboards. Look at them. Honestly, this little pink room was really small. Like maybe uncomfortably small for anything other than like a child's room. But again, I'm like, oh my God, perfect office. And it was actually not originally, but at some point in time, it was a duplex. So it was like two halves of a home that they recombined into one. So the floor plan is like a little strange. So in this closet, why did I open the closet? I don't know, glad I did. Skeletal remains of a mouse, but still, a little tiny little baby skeleton in the corner of this closet. I think that's when, honestly, I was starting to crack a bit, when no listing agent, no previous owner, no one had noticed and removed this little surprise waiting in the closet. But actually before, I found the mouse in the closet in this little pink room. I looked in this little window, I was looking out the window. Again, the angles, masterful. Because looking up, can you see it in the picture Andy took? No, you can't. Obviously something nefarious is happening up in this little corner. And when you peek through that hole, guess what's there to be seen? Honeycomb. And who knows how big the hive was, but there was at one point in time many bees living in these walls. There's no active threat of bees. Do bees return to a hive? I don't know. Could a new bee find this hive and say, ooh, prime real estate, let's move in? That's for the current owner to figure out and deal with. Looking at these pictures, like I was so enamored walking through this home, but looking at these pictures now, I'm like I was walking through like, it's just cosmetic. She just needs a little bit of paint. The home I'm in now was all just cosmetic, needed a little bit of paint, literally. This is a nightmare renovation. But yeah, these rooms are kind of small. Now this bathroom, the picture kind of makes it look really cute, right? Like, oh, the tiles are really shiny. It looks kind of new. No, these are like tile from like the 50s, 60s. These are the original tile. Was it fine? Yes, except to the to the right. Yes, to the right. Again, what they don't show in the picture is this like tiny little crammed up sink, and it just, again, I started to get like a little crack in my delusion when I found the mouse in the closet, but there was another crack when I was standing in that corner, because it was just like, it didn't feel good. And I was trying really hard to be positive throughout this house, but like that little tiny sink in that little tiny corner, I don't remember if it was like dirty just with age, not with like actual literal dirt or like what, but it was just like dawning on me that like serious renovation money would have to be spent. Also, the shower curtain was gross, but not as gross as a later shower curtain. Stay tuned. So these butterfly stairs led to the 3rd floor, and oh boy, was I up on this 3rd floor. And I think at this point Andy was also trying to like distance himself from the idea that we would actually purchase this home. But up on the 3rd floor, this is the first half, this is the good half. I was like, oh my God, this half could be like our master suite. We could add another bathroom. We could add a little sitting area. We could add a TV. This is where you'll game when we have kids who live downstairs on the 2nd floor. This is where we'll live, the 3rd floor. This other haunted little half, I was like, this is where we'll have our bathroom and our closet. We'll just build it into a master closet, and it'll be a huge master suite, and we'll love it. It's just cosmetic. She just needs a little bit of paint. I still think that could be done. I still think whoever bought this home could make that happen up there though, honestly. Unless they crack open the wall and find more bees. Ooh, now here we are. The entrance to the basement was in the kitchen. So, you enter the basement. We're standing around. I'm like, classic little Pennsylvanian cement dirt basement. Unfortunately, this is where the 2nd full bath is. And the way you would absolutely never be able to get me to take a shower here. There's something about such an enclosed space and such a dark, dank place of a house. I want nothing to, like, you have to wear shower shoes. Remember in college, like when you were like living in dorms, they're like, ooh, wear shower shoes because it's a little like gross. I'd feel like I have to wear shower shoes. Like, it feels so unsanitary. Also, check out this toilet, which was like a foot off the ground. I couldn't sit on it and have my feet touch the floor. When I sit in chairs now, for the 3rd time in this video, I'm 5 feet tall. When I sit in chairs now, like maybe my toes touch the floor. My heels, certainly not. No part of my foot was touching the floor. Like, I'd have to do a little hop up to sit on that toilet. I'd have to have a stool. Terrible, 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 terrible. I might brick it off. I might brick it off, except for the fact that this is where the washing machine is and the utility sink, which my house right now does not have a utility sink. So, 1 point for this home, I guess. The dryer is out in the rest of the basement area, and it really truly doesn't take long, us just standing around, just a couple minutes, for both my mother, my husband, and my cousin to be like, delicious. I can't breathe. Wouldn't you know it, they have mold allergies, and we were there for seconds, like minutes maybe, and they were all like, my lungs are constricting. My body is telling me if I stay down here, I'll be in danger. Ooh, so if you're playing along with trying to guess what the problem was, mold. Mold was the primary issue, but why? Why is there so much mold? Are we done in the basement? Are there any more pictures? It was just as spooky as it looks. So we're standing outside, and my agent lets me know that she had contacted one of her friends that actually owns a bar or restaurant or something, owns a business in Phoenixville, which is again like right across the street, right across the canal. And he let her know that a couple years ago, the canal had flooded during a hurricane, and that street that the house is on had flooded up to the 2nd floor. The entire 1st floor of the home and surrounding homes was underwater for I think days, if not longer, because I looked it up and it did take a long time for rescue efforts to come. But this is the same hurricane that flooded the highway in Philadelphia, and people were like kayaking down the streets in Philadelphia, which I thought was funny at the time. But, and apparently according to history, I guess, the flooding from the canal was just getting worse, and it had never flooded this badly before. It would, flood whenever it rained, but not this severely. Like, it wasn't putting entire first floors of homes underwater. So, you know, that's why the price is the way it is, because unless something drastic happens to the infrastructure nearby, unless there's like a second canal put in, which there's no room for without removing these homes, it's just gonna keep flooding. It might not flood that badly again, but like we would have been required to get flood insurance. We would have been constantly concerned. And I would have felt like I couldn't put anything light or memorable or substantial on the first floor in case we would have to like emergency bring it up to the second floor, you know? And my cousin was like, hey, I don't know what your budget for renovations is, but it's probably all gonna go just to mold removal here. And that's not to mention, you know, checking out or fixing the foundation, which again, maybe it's naturally like that, maybe it's not, maybe it was made much, much worse after the flood. So that is the first home that we toured seriously. And even driving away, a little bit of me was like I was 90% there, right? After hearing the flood story, and we do refer to this house now as the flood house, affectionately known as the flood house. Driving away, a little part of me was still like, we could make it work, like for this price in this location. But you know, the risk was way too high. It would have been the worst decision of my life. It would have ruined us. And that's the story of the flood house, the house that I was so emotionally invested in, and it would have been a nightmare. It would have been a real nightmare. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this little tale of woe, and yeah, thanks again. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.